This is a PowerPoint to introduce the characters for Nihao Textbook 1, Lesson 5. On the side of your character tracing, please put a copy of this radical. You don't need to put the pinyin, although we've already learned this radical. Please trace it. It means horse, ma. It should have a third tone. I didn't put in the tone. It means horse, ma. Just write it once. Ma. We've learned this before. The second radical you should write on the side, you only have to write it once, is Wen. Wen means culture, language, or civilization. You can see in its ancient form, it looked like a little person who had a very complex insides because he was cultured. Wen was actually the mascot for the Beijing 2008 Olympics. You could see he looks like a little guy, and they made him do all the different sports. Wen. So please copy down. Wen means culture or language. We see this in all the words for different languages. We attach it to the country and it becomes the language. Zhong is China. Zhongwen is Chinese. Ying for England. Yingwen for English. Ri, Japan is the language or the country of the sun. So Riwen becomes Japanese language. Wen, this character, is commonly confused when you're writing it with ni. So notice the difference. Wen has a free-floating head, where ni's is connected, and ni has this angle here, where wen is a perfectly smooth line. So the first character you have to trace is zhe, this. Notice it's a combination of the motion radical and the wen culture radical, right? This. Next, do 10 copies of na, that, which is a combination of the modified moon and the town radical. Now remember, when we use these, we talked about the difference. This is for things that are close to you. This is a dog, 这是狗. Na is when you're talking about things that are far away from you. 那是狗，这是猫. To write what, 什么, we have two characters, 什 and 么. Together they mean what. So when you're doing your character tracing for meaning, you can put what and what. Two whats. 什 what, 么 what. The shun character is the person in the 10 radical because shi and shun used to sound the same. Now they don't. So do 10 shun and 10 ma. My student here has illustrated it as people looking at an UFO. The next character is de, possessive. It is a combination of the character for white, by, the sun with a ray coming off, and the spoon character, shao. Doesn't make any sense according to the meaning. So my students have illustrated it differently. Here she's included the white, but she's done the top of the bird radical because it looks really similar. Or here my student has illustrated the by as a present because you want to possess a present. And here's a claw coming to take the present, to possess it. The second to last character you need to trace is ma. Ma turns sentences into questions. We've seen it before in 你好吗? And we're seeing it now in questions like 这是你的吗? Is this yours? Notice it has the mouth radical and the horse radical because it sounds like the word horse, ma. We'll see the horse radical used for a lot of words that rhyme with horse, like the word for mother, ma, or scold, ma, or jade, ma. Here my student has illustrated it as a Pegasus slashed unicorn with someone riding it with a scimitar and a person saying what, because it definitely inspires questions. And the last character you need to trace is bu, which means no. It's a picture of a bird trying to fly up to the top of the sky. So you can see the bird's wings and its trajectory and the line representing the top of the sky. Because a bird can never reach the top of the sky, it can never achieve escape velocity, so it means no.